Okay, now it's recording.
Yeah, now he's recording and he's doing the joke for us.
All right. So every time we every time we go to a call, we just type it there.
Exactly. And then
Anyone can.
yeah.
Oh,
And then to like to tell to the bot like stop, like the call is finished. You just have to write the same symbol you write it to invite him, but then save. I will type it to you also. Maybe I can just tape it. Oh no, I was going to tape it on the transparency so Juan can also see it. But if I type it there, then the bot is going to leave. I just copy paste for Juan.
okay, I can try it now and then just record it again. Or no?
I mean, nah, I think it's fine. You just do it at the end of the call. It's going to work.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I already tested that with Juan. Hey, Chui.
All right.
Okay, yeah, we can just start with intentions and distractions. My intentions for the call is especially like get decided how are we going to manage the data from the bot, and also discuss a bit the approach of the Hatcher's outreach audit, because I mean it's solved, but it'd be nice if we just like have some process when these things happens, like when community members engage with another audits, and maybe sometimes, I mean, this time there was an agreement, but maybe sometimes they're not, and yeah, so I really would jump on it. But yeah, and I don't have any distraction. I'll pass it to Chui.
Thank you, Zepti. Intention for today. Well, 2 weeks ago, I promised a new comms audit for this week. So I wanted to be in the meeting to sing with you guys. And distractions on my phone because I'm not close to my laptop.
Thanks, Troy. My intentions are to learn the bot, how to use a bot recorder from UZAP, and how to manage the data that we'll be saving from this bot recorder. And yeah, I'm looking at the list in our agenda today. So yeah, I want to go through them with you. And my only distraction is it's kind of hot here already in the Philippines because it's summer. And yeah. So I pass it to Juan.
Thanks, Ivy. I think I have the same questions. Like, when it ends recording, where does it get saved? And also, like, on the permissions, we have different roles in the organization. So I don't know if anyone should be able to like record any call, or should be something for the stewards, or for like, I don't know. And yeah, no, I don't have any distraction starting the week with you guys. And that's it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, and you raised a very good question, Juan. Yeah, I mean, like the first topic of the agenda is like discussing on the bot. I was at the beginning only talking about the data management, but I think that the thing that you just said, Juan, I think that's a good point also. So at the beginning, like my point of view was like anyone can record, but maybe we want also some roles to that. I'm not sure though, because yeah, the idea is like, for example, if there is a call where there is no stewards and for some reason they want to record it, right? Why not? And on the other side, maybe there's a call that what needs to be recorded. Like, I don't know, for example, like imagine like right now it's another call on Omega and we only have one bot, right? So the bot only can be on one place. But yeah, I like maybe we pass around and discussing about these roles for the bot. Yeah, I'll pass it to you, Juan.
Well, I think that that would be just to say what we think, like, and agree on something, and talk to Bye Bye B, for him to help us with the role, with the assignation of the roles. But I think that it can be like a broad role for a lot of members, but maybe something that is not able for like newcomers. I don't know. Maybe I think that it could lead to certain like frictions. Like maybe two people are having like a hack session and they don't want it to be recorded, and maybe a other like invites the bot. But that can also like be talked. But we can prevent it by like having the possibilities for the people to call the bot, like managed between trusted people in the organization. And I will pass to Ivy.
Um, that's what I was also thinking. What Juan said, that this role doesn't have to be only among the stewards, because yeah, we can give this role trusted to the trusted members. Or I don't know how, but I don't know how we qualify those members who would get the recorder bot permission. So yeah, that's the only thing that I'm not sure about. How would we choose the people to get this permission? I mean, to get this function. And yeah, another thing is that's gonna be an issue is what Zep said, that the limitations of the bot, that it can be only in just one channel or one room. So I think we have to I don't know how we're going to address that one. If maybe Vibe has a solution for that.
No, I can do it as well, but like I am not very good at it. I can like understand what is happening, but for me it's difficult to do it. And I can rely very good to Bye because he's like super fast on doing these things. But yeah, maybe I was just looking at the roles that we have right now, and we have can edit, gravitons, stewards, contributors, subject matter experts, praise givers. Yeah, and we also have new members, so we can like assign this role to several of them, maybe gravitons, stewards, subject matter experts, and contributors.
I was thinking, what about giving recording power to the people who have also dishing price powers?
Yeah, we can do that for sure. Yeah, praise giver, praise to the praise giver role. We have 60 praise givers, so it would be like a good amount of people.
And it's not like it's closed. Anyone can just ask if someone wants this power. They just ask, and like there is not a big bureaucracy around that. We just giving, and if someone is trolling, then and the powers can be taken away if someone's trolling for some reason.
Okay, yeah, I think that's good. The praise giver role is like the one that fits the most to that need.
So to address this issue, I guess we should ask by B, right? Like, I can do it if you guys want. I just contact by B and ask him to add, like, if there is a way, like the people who have praise powers only have the powers to call the bot. I think you two are having some internet problems, but do you want to jump in on the roles for the recording? Maybe you have something to add.
Well, I think it's a good idea. I lost like a minute of the conversation, but I do agree that the praise giver role might be the most useful one for this task. I just had an idea that I want to put there and it goes around like the when the bot is like how do we know that this like meeting needs to be recorded? Um, so probably like having like a color tag for the Google Calendar. You know, like maybe if well, right now the color that I use for the calendar is red, but maybe if you guys have an orange or a yellow tag, that means that transparency is not going to be able to be there. So make sure you're recording, and there is some kind of, well, maybe praise itself, like for praise givers can be like their incentive, uh, just so that there is a better organization in like what actually needs to be recorded and what is being taken care of. But I do think that uh, that the praise giver role, like inside Discord, I think suitable role.
Yeah,
Yeah. We have a protocol for TC calls, and I will share it with you. But I think it's great that we incentivize new people who is engaging to like record the calls, and that can like lead to praise, to praise new people who is joining, and also like to delegate some of that responsibility of being in every call.
I have a different point of view to incentivize the recording. Like at the end of the day, it's just type two things, like record and save. And the way to incentivize it that I was thinking is maybe change the audit and on like have a space on the audit to say like, oh, do your working group have the recordings? And your trusting score will be higher if you have the recordings that if you have not. So it's like going to be like the incentivize is going to be like for the working groups to have them, so they have a better transparency score, and maybe when they ask for funds, if you have a high transparency score, maybe that helps to get the funds. But yeah, I mean, maybe I'm the only one who thinks differently, and we can just do as you guys said. But yeah, after saying that, I would like your thoughts.
I think it's a good idea to include it in the audit to incentivize the working groups. But my concern is how can we make people accountable? I mean, who would monitor if someone is already typing this what do you call that? This command in the channel? Because maybe when we started the meeting, people are so into it, and then they would later on realize that nobody typed the command in the channel. So who should be checking it or making sure it's being recorded? Do you, Zep, and I, or Juan need to be in the call as well, just to make sure that it's being recorded? Or
I think like I get Septi's idea, and that each of the leader of the working groups should be responsible of the recordings of that working group, so that it doesn't like we don't rely on transparency, but we are transparent enough to like keep our recordings. So I think that also we have talked about having a moderator for the working group sync calls. So maybe the moderator can be the person who is like in charge of typing that command, and also the working group lead. Maybe that can be the two people, because we have incentivized that role to have a moderator. So it's good to give them responsibilities.
Yeah, totally agree.
agree, but we have to communicate this in the stewards call, so all the stewards should be aware that there should be a moderator in every call. And yeah, it's the moderator's role in the to make that the command is in the channel. And speaking of protocol one, I think we should also update. Or I'm not sure if we should update, but maybe we might want to revisit the meeting protocols to update that there is a bot that can be added in the channels, and who would get this role, or maybe also in the they call that when they join Discord, they have to sign to have this green check. I'm not sure if it should be also updated.
Yeah, yeah, we can update that for sure. And that's also something that Tam has been mentioning, and Katie. Like, how can we promote people to like get a better onboarding and checking the initial message, because that is like a bottleneck for people to interact with the server. So we can edit both of them.
Yeah, and regarding the call to announce it, I think it would be even better on the community call, more even than the stewards, I feel. So just to wrap up, like we should add this price role to be recording and talk with that with YPB and announce it on the community call if you guys agree. And yeah, that's for yeah. Go ahead, Ivy.
And remind the stewards to have a moderator for each call, so someone will type the command.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the next point is still like also with the vote, and it's okay. We are going to have all this data on each chat working group, and yeah, like the idea is like we keep doing the same and uploading it to YouTube. That was my initial plan, like having the call there, but also on YouTube. But yeah, I would like to hear from you guys. What do you think? Like passing to Juan.
Sorry, Sep, I didn't get the question. And I was questioning myself. Like, does the record stays here in the Discord, right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The records keep safe, like the audio on the Discord chat. That's what I was saying. Like it's, I think it's very important to have. For example, if now we are doing transparency call, type this command on transparency, so the call is there. You know, like it's not in SoftGov or on, so you know, like just to keep a bit more organized. And the call is always going to be there. So anyone from the community can listen it there, but I was thinking like it also can be uploaded to YouTube, but maybe choose opinion on that would be very important, because it's not that much about transparency, because the transparency is going to be there, like the chat is going to be there. It's more about comms. So what do you think, Chu? Like it would be interesting to still have all the calls on YouTube, or you think that'd be too much?
I do think that they need to be on YouTube, and that they also need to that part. I think it's working amazing right now. I think it's something really useful, and well, but that perspective comes from uh, something with posterity. Like of course, we can find a way for it to serve the transparency purpose, like at the moment in the present. But this is something that I've been thinking of as something that people are gonna be likely to come back to. Like if we have a successful hatch, if we have a successful commons upgrade, like I think it needs to it is important to leave a trace of the things that were done this way. And I think that I would even go to the small details to when the video was uploaded to YouTube, like these kind of stuff. And I think it is important to preserve this, not only for us, like seeing where everything is going. It might be a good idea not only to provide transparency for us, but for any outer source that would like to either learn from what we're doing, or maybe study it because they want to do the same thing. And yeah, I think it just like sets good transparency values if we keep providing it for anyone, not just the community.
Awesome. Yeah. Do you guys want to add something, Juan or Ivy?
I
think
agree. Yeah, go ahead, one.
no, Ivy, please.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what Tree said. But another concern for me is because in some calls we have this screen sharing, right? So if we're using the bot and we upload because when we upload it in on YouTube, we just show this like the template that Marco created. But during the call, there are some important information that are being presented in the screen. So how we handle that?
I mean, there is no video bot because it was expensive. Like trying to deploy, like even trying to deploy it was very expensive. So we decided just to go with voice, and like the important calls, like I don't know, like very important calls can be just like you open OBS and you record them. Especially like for example, community calls will still be recorded like manually. And for example, yes, if there is an important event or something, we can also do it. Like this is mostly for the community things, like for each working group. But yeah, and regarding like the label you were talking, Ivy, I mean, if you see the bot here, it's like it says he's recording. But we also could add it on the protocols, like even on the legal things, like we were having a very long time ago. We just have to change it, and instead like someone is going to be recording like the bot on the calls, like the bot is there, like yeah, just to make people aware like they are being recorded.
Fine. So if the working group has something important to present during the call and needs to share screen, so one of us has to do the manual video recording. So they can just ping you or me if they need someone to manually record it. Is that how we're gonna do it?
Normally, when sorry, Chuy.
Sorry, Satigo.
It's very quick. Normally, when someone has something like important to show, they do it on the community call. Like on the working groups, you may show some work in progress, but when the job is done, you share it on the community call, and I feel like it shouldn't be a problem. And yeah, go ahead, Chuy. Sorry.
No problem, Septi. Also, what I was gonna say is that, like in the event that like a presentation or something visually important, relevant comes up in the audio call, maybe a quick solution for this would be just to, like, if you know that this kind of content was up during the call, uh, maybe you have to provide a stamp and the source of what was presented, like a Google Doc, it's a video on YouTube, whatever, like it be publicly accessible for anyone. So I would just go for adding it to the timestamps. You're listening to the audio and minute 19 with 40, and they started the presentation. There needs to be a timestamp in the audio and a link to the source of what is being discussed. So I think that might be easier, and it doesn't, because sometimes in working, it's like, hey, I want to do this, like check this out really quick, and it might not even like be relevant, but it would be have the rep. Yep,
Yeah,
that
I like it, that idea. is the best way to do it, I think. Thanks, Chewy.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic solution.
Yeah, I agree too. And I was seeing other communities, and like, yeah, they only share like maybe a screenshot also of the people who is like on the call. Maybe that would be good. But
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that it can be optional if we take as a small picture of the people of a small screenshot of the call, and we maybe like upload both of them, like the video of the image of the people who was on the call, and the image of the slide that we have for the presentation.
Upload a thumbnail for the videos. Right, Zep? On YouTube, you can only upload one image as a thumbnail.
You can upload as much slides as you want.
Each for one video, you can upload. Oh, really? I thought we only select one thumbnail to go with the video.
You can, you can add like, let's say like between second 00 until 10, you check like the transparency level, let's say, and then during the call you check like the people who was inside.
Okay. Okay. I might ask you to teach me that next time in another call.
Yeah, we can do that. I had another thing to discuss about that. Oh, thank you, Juan, for doing that. That's very much appreciated. I don't remember now, so we might jump to the next point because we actually have 3 more points. Okay, the security data management. Let me see. Okay, let me. Oh no, this is the audit. Where is it? Oh, okay, wait 1 second. Where? Okay, I got it. Like for the digital management security, actually this, no, I cannot, for some reason I can only, I actually ask permissions to Nate, but I cannot edit it. Yeah, the thing is like we have this, like with all the people, maybe if someone knows someone else that have access someone that have permissions on the form that I actually have, and I should add but I cannot write right now because it's Nate's document. But the idea is, on this, like we have this document where we have like all the people who have access and how to link, how they should reach out. But then I also like to have a process, like like some protocol to sharing, like we're using the keybase and all that stuff, but just have it written. So all the community members that are new, they are going to know like our process. And I think we could schedule a hack sesh for that and maybe do it in an hour or two. Maybe we create an issue on GitHub and we make sure like this issue is happening maybe this sprint or the next one. Maybe we can do a couple of sessions, like if you guys want. Because I feel like if there's only, like if we are more people working on it, it's going to be faster and easier because, and it's going to be even a better better thing. Like my writing skills are not that great, so.
So what we need to create is a documented process on providing access to this account. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. Just like explaining, like we have a process right now, and internally we know them, but like have them write it so anyone can know them and get engaged. Like if someone wants to upload videos on YouTube, like how they do it, like on who should they talk to get access and all that stuff. Would you like be willing to do a hack session to work on that, or? Yeah, just asking for interest. If like it doesn't have to be this week, but like I think that would be something really nice to have.
Yeah, I think it can be good, Seb. I will join if you make a hack session. Like I will try to join, and I think it can be like a small paragraph saying like that the management of these platforms is like we have these visible people who you can like talk to them if there is anything that you want to contribute or you have any issue with, like a clear point of reference. Maybe we can add it to the Git book, that like the Git book is one source of truth. So maybe we can say like, hey, if you want to write something, these are the people who is in charge of the medium. If you want to post something in the Twitter, like this is the people. Yeah
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the idea. Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe we can also add it in a forum, like make a forum post, just like an announcement in the community that here is a process or the list of people. Once we document, aside from Gitbook, can we also post this document in the forum?
Yeah, I think we can do both. But I feel like on the Gatebook it's really nice to have, and the forum is for my opinion it's optional. If we have it, that's better. Yeah, we can do this. My opinion. I would like to hear from you guys.
I mean, yeah, just to be more transparent and just to communicate that we have this process. So I'm just thinking which is the best place to communicate that we have this. Maybe you can announce in the forum that we have this process, and they can check it out in our Git book, something like that, just to make an announcement once it's done.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Okay, I think we can just go on the next point. Okay, yeah, this is also a bit controversial. Like we were having a Hatcher Rich audit that, yeah, there was not a fully agreement at the beginning on the audit itself, and yeah, of course, like we are a small community and we are all very very friends. So it reached a consensus, and yeah, now it's fixed. I need to sing with Edu about that, but it's almost like Edu and Livy, they already sing, and they know what they like and they know the idea they're going to follow. So like the audit actually here was helping the community to be more transparent and communicate. But I'm thinking like in other scenarios, like when someone posts an audit and then someone is telling, I don't like those points. Like they're doing mutual monitoring, but there is no agreement between the parts. And I have no idea what should be like the process like to that. Like should transparency do something? Should transparency stay away? Like I really like the idea like the community monitors itself and transparency should really stay away. But maybe we have to provide more tools or more procediments, but yeah, I really want to hear from you guys. It's like Juan, you have a lot on Gravity. You really have a lot of process there. So yeah, what do you think about this?
I'm sorry, Seb. Can you like drag me that back? Yeah, please.
Yeah, for example, like we do an audit, right? And then let's say like the community is monitoring it, and some members of the community are not agreed with what the audit is saying. Like, you know, like for example, there is an audit that says, I don't know, do you have your manifesto? And he says like, yes, but then there is another member saying like, look, this is not update. Like you are doing this stuff, like it's not shown on your manifesto. But you know, like when the other guys see, yes, I have it updated. You know, like there is no consensus between the two parts, and there is like a little conflict. So, what do you think should be the process? Like you know, like the audit is not being transparent because maybe it's like there is no consensus between the community. So yeah, it raises a conflict somehow. It can be small conflict, but like I really like this. Like the transparency should stay away and let the community monitor, because we don't want like transparency being like, you know, like the one validating actions. We don't want that. And then like yeah, when we have these problems, like who yeah, like what's the process like? And I'm just asking if maybe you don't have any idea, but since in Gravity you have a lot of stuff going on, maybe I just was curious about to hear what do you think be a good solution for that.
Well, I think that the forum is the best place, and we are like posting the audits in the forum. So maybe we can post an update like as a reply to the audit in the forum, and I think that's good enough until the next transparency audit. Like, hey, this was our first audit. We did this update, but it's not necessary to say that we had like an extraordinary audit. It's just like the process of the first audit ended with that feedback process, and that the next audit will be in the same date that was scheduled. But yeah, like saying update, there was this change on the initial document. And I think that more or less that's what has been happening, right?
Yeah, at the beginning, like there is no, you know, like the community are reaching agreements, and you know, like then like we update the audit and it's fine. But the question was more aligned, like what if there is no agreement? You know, like if one like the person doing the audit says one thing, and one or more members of the community say like this is not the way the audit is reflecting. Like we think, like especially like there is some points of the audit that are subjective. You know, like one person can think they are, oh yes, we're great, but then can come other person and say, I don't think you're that great, right? And it's a bit subjective. And yeah, just if conflict rises in this way, like I really don't know, like should we? I really
It,
yeah, I'm a
what
bit blocked there.
I think what Zep meant is should the transparency working group mediate in this conflict or not? I think that's what you're trying to ask.
No, I
Right?
think that Gravity can mediate in this type of conflicts. Yeah, because we are mediators. And the thing that we would need to do is that some people who is like seeing this conflict happening, just like fill the type form, and when we have the type form, we can like proceed to like assign a graviton to try to like talk between these two people and to reach points of interest. So it would
Yeah,
be
I think
like
that
the type form.
yeah, I think that's a good solution. I mean, if someone seriously questioning the result of the audit, I guess maybe we can add there every time we post this audit in the forum at the bottom we can add something like if you have if you want to raise some questions or if you have some issues with the audit results, fill out this type form and then the gravity working can deal with that. So yeah, maybe we can just add the link to the type form in every audit post that we have.
That's beautiful. Yeah, thank you, Juan, for that. That's awesome. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we needed actually.
Transparency and gravity are like broader projects, and I think that as we are trying to like make Ostrom's principles, like we cannot have one without another. So yeah, for sure.
You wanted to say something?
I just wanted to say that yeah, I do support the idea. I think it's really great, and I do agree with Ivy actually. Like we should integrate this better. I mean, if transparency is out there, I think it should also be normal to uh, coming trouble that could be like presenting this audit. So yeah, I do think like Ivy suggests that if there can be like a gravity survey link, everything related to transparency, uh, it's actually better because people are gonna like if happens, they're gonna feel comfortable to have some input and have a voice. Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Thank you. Okay, like next point is the YouTube descriptions, like the description for each video. Do you know like how's it going to be? Because I feel like we would need it as soon as possible for the recordings from now on. Especially like right now, I don't feel we are going to add time codes because like there's no way to track all the time codes that are happening. So yeah, I just wanted to hear an update from you. So like yeah, what do you think? Hey, Libby.
Regarding YouTube, hi Livy. Regarding YouTube descriptions, I think that I was gonna set to the task this week to also start taking care of everyone else's. I mean, I know that is done, but uh I would insist like regarding times I would insist like maybe I don't know like there's a way I don't know like we could talk by V. There might be another I don't know like another bot that runs a timer maybe and have like some reference and this like praise giver that is gonna be running the bot can get to the task. I know it's not easy, but I do think it's valuable that should be out there. And for the YouTube description, uh, yeah, I mean, I guess that we were what we were doing, just having like templates that can be like uh, uh, as easy as copy pasting, and yeah, just like add this information about any other validation that people might find. Well, we talked about the visual reference that uh, shown or streamed. Uh, but yeah, like right now, as you a priority is to organize everything that we have already, and from here on, yeah, I would just say that like I don't think it's difficult, but yeah, it's a matter of finding the right way.
I feel like finding a bot who do the time code for you, that would be like super hard. Like how do a bot know like we're talking about one thing and then another? I feel like this is almost like, like I feel like actually like it's more easy to have like the video recording that is. But yeah, I mean, if someone finds it, that'd be super cool.
No,
But yeah.
I mean, what I meant was, I mean, yeah, definitely a bot that tracks something like that is gonna be super difficult. But maybe, I don't know, like maybe if it can be a bot that that streams a webcam, but it's a timer running instead, and it's a useful tool for whoever's there. Yeah, just something like that. I'm just trying to think in that direction. It's an idea that maybe it's something good to keep open. Uh, but yeah, uh, I do think that we should find a way to keep timestamps because they're very useful. And I mean, going back to what I said earlier about retrospective, like if people in the future want to consult all of these, uh, I mean, most of us were there, but what if someone is out of context and wants to find like a specific, uh, yeah, a specific, something that happened. And yeah, I do think this information should be there.
Yeah, like the timer you were talking, I think that, yeah, that might be something possible. And regarding the timing, I was thinking like maybe we can add the agenda, and if someone wants to check one point, like you see like you add like you don't have like the timestamps, but you have the agenda, right? And like at the beginning they are talking about one topic, and yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true. Also,
yeah.
like the agenda wouldn't be the same, but but would definitely be not just starting from zero.
Yeah, and since we are updating the agenda like every call, so it's only at the points. We have 10 minutes. Do you want to talk about your audit tree? And then we could also explain everything that we discussed to Livia a bit, so we have another point of view, and that'd be super cool.
Yes, I just regarding the comms audit, I think that like compared to 2 weeks ago, I have now like much more tools and much more uh just material in general to integrate better the manifesto. And um I mean, I don't know, like maybe this would be a good idea to bring this up right now, but like like how do I like migrate like Jessica's name from everything, because like I'd like to put this like it's her work. Like she did a fantastic job, but like if you go into the manifesto, it says that Jessica is comes, and that might be an inconvenience for her at at some point. So, but right now I just have this like whole bunch of information and ideas that I can already like start applying to the manifesto, and I think it's gonna feel more customized to how we currently are working. So yes, this is my main interest for this week's audit. Like I want to be able to present something much more integrated and coherent with what we've been working and just in general, like content and distribution, all of this that we have been developing. Um, and I feel much more confident also to present the audit this week. So yeah, I mean, I completely get the purpose of it. I'm happy to be able to have this like transparency as a tool to present it. Like, well, yeah, just in Mexico and Latin America, you see like the effects of not having that like all the time. So yes, I do appreciate this, and I want to like really embrace it and be able to present something this week that the community will be able to just discuss around. Like like I'm gonna be worried if they approve it right away. So like I'd rather have them just look into it and make it better. And yeah, I guess that's what I can say about the audit this week. I pass it to Livy.
No, it's fine. I'll take it. Yeah, regarding the like removing chess name, I feel that that's a natural thing and shouldn't be any conflict regarding that. That's at least in my opinion. If someone comes in my place and they put their name, like I feel like it's the natural thing, and I'll be actually I'll be happy. So people is not contacting me for something I'm not doing. But yeah, I wanted to like it's only 7 minutes. I really wanted to wrap up this conversation, and so Livy gets like some like they did, like actually we took many decisions this call, so I really would like to hear from Livy. And the first discussion we have like was the bot, and well, actually there's not a point in the agenda because that's something that Juan raises, and we're thinking like right now like everyone can record, and maybe we want to limit that a bit, but not too much. So we were thinking to ask to B, like if the bot could, like the people who have price powers also have power to record, like giving this role a bit more power, so people could also ask, like and this is not a huge barrier. Like anyone who wants to record or have price powers, they just have to ask. Or yeah, that's what one of the decisions we take. Like I mean, that could also keep being like how it is. Like anyone can do it. And then another thing we were discussing, like on the Hatchers outreach audit, like there was discrepancies between community and the people who was doing the audit. Even if we reach an agreement, and that's great. We're thinking maybe it's interesting to on the audits are the link of the gravity typeform. So if some community member doesn't feel happy with what the audit is saying, but the people who did the audit doesn't reach a consensus with the community, and maybe there is a little conflict there, maybe like gravity should address this. And yeah, actually those are like the big decisions we reach, but yeah, I'll be happy to hear what do you think about those two.
I think they sound great.
Awesome. Yeah, great.
Yeah, I don't have much to add. I think that's a really good idea.
Great. Yeah, so we are 5 minutes early, but yeah, we discussed all the topics. Maybe if you Libby have some questions regarding the vote or the audit, yeah, otherwise we can wrap up.
I just wanted to add to what Chewy said about like this transition of having someone that was in a place, and then I think we have enough material to like I think the work Jess did was well recognized, and the transition is also well recognized, and then the work that you're doing now is recognized also. So I think it's important to have this this transition, and we talked about this once in the stewards call about having some type of like ownership to past stewards or to past like working group leads and to all the work that they did. And maybe this is something we can do post hatch, like a tribute to the cultural build and like the main contributions that each person gave or something like that.
Awesome. Yeah, another thing, Levi, we were discussing, like we are going to have a work session for to have it. Like we have here, like all the members of the like who have access to everything, and we want to write some. Like we have the process actually, like to like to new members who wants to engage with the YouTube or Discord, Medium, wherever. We have like the process, but it's not transparent enough. Like it's something that is happening inside the community, and we're thinking like write some paragraphs about the process and maybe add it to the Gitbook and also communicate it on the forum. Do you think that's yeah? What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, the process section is the one that needs more work in the Git book. So maybe we could have a session to map out what are all the processes that we have and maybe try to, like, in a very simple way explain them. And yeah, there's one of the recording. I think it's an interesting one because it is like a substantial amount of power, but also, yeah, I think it's a very good solution that praise givers can do that. And basically, to have praise, you just have to ask, and then there is that like one-on-one communication with the person that can give praise to see that there is some level of trust there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
let's do this week to put in there.
awesome. Yeah, let's create a calendar thing. I wanted to say one more thing. Was well, I don't know. Let's just create an event, and we will see. Yeah, well, I was a bit skeptic about doing this week because like all the hatch params, but maybe we can just. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there is empty space, of course. So
We don't have a call next Monday, so maybe we can do it on
oh, yeah.
next Monday,
I mean, I think that'd be
same
great.
time.
Like have a work session of transparency at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that's a good idea? Awesome. Yeah, let's create it. I really wanted to say one more thing, but I don't remember.
I'll,
It's okay. I will.
I'll create the calendar for that, Zeb.
Thank you, Ivy. Yeah, okay. I think if no one have anything else to add, I think we can wrap up. Oh yes, well, yeah, we just discussing a bit like editing a bit the transparency audit and added there like like since the recordings now are going to be done by the bot, like the idea is like every working group like the incentive to get the recordings done should be like an upper like we have a question on the forum like do you have all the recordings, and then you are like oh, I have all but one, or I have, oh yes, I have all, or like then it's an incentivized, like so the community wants to have the recording because of the audit. Okay, yeah, that's all, and we are also on the top of the hour. So thank you so much, guys. That was fantastic call. Yeah. Oh, actually, Ivy, can you close the bot? Like you just have to type exclamation save. So because if you don't do that, he's still here, but not for how long.
Oh, this is the